Hey, Kirby.
Joe, so great to see you.
Hey.
Welcome back to Dallas.
Yes, feels good. Good to see you too.
Well.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Hey, anytime.
So Joe, thank you so much for having us. As all you guys know, I'm here with Joe Hemrajani of MyTailor.com, or Hemrajani Brothers. You know, really a dear close friend of mine. And you guys all know Joe is one of my primary shirt makers. You know, Joe and Charvet. Actually, my first real bespoke shirt was from Joe almost 8 years ago whenever I traveled to Hong Kong right after I got married to see him. And so, you know, we've got a great relationship, and, you know, he made this gray flannel suit for me that I just absolutely love. You guys have all seen it on the channel. And a lot of people have just kind of asked about what the process was to have this made. So I'm having another piece made by Joe. And so I wanted to invite you guys all in to share in this journey and this process with us. Joe has two primary offers for his suiting, and he really brings the same precision to that as he does his shirt making. One of them is a semi-handmade program that starts right under $1,000. It's an incredible value. You still get all of the pattern work that really makes Joe special and talented into that. It has a full floating canvas, but just less handwork in the actual construction make than what I'm getting, which is the full bespoke program. The full bespoke program is still an incredible value. I mean, it's under $1,500. You know, with almost your full run of fabrics, right?
Yes, full run of fabrics from England and Italy.
Yeah. Of course, the full bespoke program includes a basted fitting. It has a full floating canvas that is hand pad stitched as opposed to machine pad stitched, and has an incredible amount of handwork, really, that is on par with, you know, what you would expect from a bespoke garment. And at $1,500, and with your travel schedule, it's a, you know, a phenomenal value.
It's absolutely.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Almost, it's a completely handmade garment, right?
Absolutely. It's fully handmade. The collar is hand done. It's all hand padded. Milanese buttonholes, functional buttonholes. It's completely hand done.
Yeah, the trousers, all.
The trousers are all handmade. Yeah. So waistband,
it's
everything.
A true bespoke garment. And you guys are hand drafting the patterns in your
hand
bespoke
drafting
program?
the patterns. I'll show you the pattern. Patterns are made in a CAD system,
Okay.
and it's not as intensive as some of the handmade patterns. More machine work, very little hand work.
So you're using the same CAD program to draft that pattern in the semi-handmade program that you are with your shirts. And you know, I guess one of the things that I was struck by whenever I visited you in Hong Kong is, you know, you're not just putting measurements into a computer and having a computer spit out a customized block pattern. I mean, you guys are actually going in three-dimensionally into the pattern and can individually kind of change things much in the same way a bespoke cutter would do that, you know, to paper pattern, except it's just not a paper pattern.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
And for, you know, people who are very difficult to fit on the shirts, we still draft the pattern by hand.
Okay.
So it's still done that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But you're able to fit a wider array of body postures with the CAD program than you would if it just was straight measurements in and out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's some algorithm, but it's all manually adjusted.
And you've been doing this for 40 years.
Yes.
I mean, one of the things I've always appreciated about Joe is, you know, you're not some 23-year-old guy that decided he just wanted to get into the custom suiting business, and there you go, he found a factory, you know, in the Far East. I mean, you know, your family's been doing this. I mean, you learned from your father, and, you know, you've been doing this for 40 years, and so you bring a degree of just knowledge and passion and technical understanding that really, I can say, produces a better garment than someone that doesn't have that.
Yes. Like you mentioned, precision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today, you've already taken my measurements because, you know, you've done this for me, but show us what you have for us today.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is just check your size. You look slightly different.
Okay.
You know? I will make sure it's
Children.
the family life.
But the beauty of bespoke are the inlays, right? So
allowances, plenty of allowance to let
so
out.
if we need to let this out, you can let the jacket out.
Absolutely,
with it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem. So, drop hams, yeah?
Over my tire.
Yeah, that's fine. You can drop hams. Yeah, over your tire. That's fine. Drop hams completely. You're close to 39 now. Very slight change. Slight changes. Full jobs. And you mentioned you want to wear it slightly higher.
Yeah, I mean slightly higher than this.
Yeah, just a little bit higher waisted.
Yeah.
No problem. So maybe like a quarter, half inch. Yeah. Slightly. Not much. Let me check your neck just to make sure. How's the neck feel?
Neck feels fine.
Okay. You are pretty, little bit more. Like, you like it? No change.
Well, I prefer it a little snug.
So leave it there, just 1/8 of
Yeah.
an inch. Or
Yeah,
you
that's
like it?
fine. No, leave it how it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, and then on your semi-handmade program, it still has a trowel garment.
Yes.
And you'll do that totally by mail or over the internet. So you
Absolutely.
can send it to someone. For someone that takes their measurements at home, it really allows you to validate in a real way, you know, how accurate those measurements were. And then I guess the customer would take some pictures, and then you guys would adjust accordingly.
We've been very successful at doing the
Yeah.
trial garment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So let me have you try it
Yeah.
on.
Perfect.
Okay.
So I've got the pants on.
How does the waist feel? How does the
So
hip?
it feels good. I think maybe let the waist out just a little bit,
Like a half an inch?
half an inch, and then
Yeah.
make sure, put it on the notes to include extra inlays just in case we start sliding the wrong
Allowance,
direction.
yeah, extra allowances
A
will
little
be
bit of
there.
insurance.
Yes.
And then we've recently started having, you know, my trousers made higher waisted.
Yeah.
And what do you think of these? Should we?
I think it's pretty good in the front. You know, it's resting right on your hip bone, and it's pretty high in the back. I mean, it hits the center. You know, you can see how it hits pretty high
Okay.
in the back. But I might relax the crotch a little bit more.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
just to give you a little bit more, like an 11-inch rise. You know,
Okay.
instead of the 10.
And so this is a 10.5 inch rise?
It was 10.5. I changed this to 10 3/4. I'll
Okay.
change it to 11.
11.
11.
Okay. And where's that measured from? Just.
It's basically from the top to here,
Okay. So center crotch.
right? And then there's an allowance to that too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love the single
Pleat.
reverse pleat.
Yeah. This is a turned out,
Yeah.
and you'll have your offset pockets here.
Mm-hmm. With the besom pockets, right?
Besom pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welt pockets. Yeah.
Nice and clean.
Nice and clean.
And then we'll do it with a
Self belt.
waistband, no
Right.
belt loops.
No belt loops.
And then should we do it with tabs, or should we try to do it without tabs?
I think leave the tabs on. They're nice.
Leave them on?
Yeah, in case
Okay.
you lose weight.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Now this is turn around. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do some pinning. I'm gonna do some chalk marks and pins. Okay.
And so talk to me a little bit about the handwork that goes into your trousers on the Bespoke program.
This is completely hand done. The waistband, and this pants is actually a one-piece waistband in the back. There's no waistband in the back, only in the front.
Mm-hmm.
We can do the full one piece if you like, but I think
No, we'll do a waistband in the front.
Okay.
So it just creates a much cleaner
Much
and lighter
cleaner
back.
back, and I think you get pockets on your pocket.
Yes.
You do. Some people don't like. So you want the pants to fall straight from the hips, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll show you what we did.
So Joe, what are you working on right now?
We're just working on making your pants fall straight from the hips down. What we want to do is get a nice clean hip line going from here and dropping straight down here. And then not clinging to the calves, just flowing over the calves, nice straight down.
Yeah, I mean, one of the hallmarks of a Bespoke pair of trousers is the drape.
Yeah.
You know, where it's not catching on the leg. So, you know, if I've got prominent calves, you're accounting for that. If my calves bow out a little bit, you're
Right.
accounting for that.
And you know, you stand fairly backwards.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people who stand more forward like that. So
Okay.
that's more, you know, you get more of a break.
And then a nice clean kind of drape around the
Right,
seat
right.
also.
Without making it tight when you sit down.
With no tightness and no bunching.
No bunching, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, you need some allowance for sitting down.
Yeah.
So we're taking out very little.
This is where the
less than-
fitting garment comes in. I mean, you can take the best measurements in the world, but this is what you get from the Bespoke program are
Right.
these really nuanced pattern modifications
Right.
that allow for just a beautiful finished garment.
Right. Yeah. So at this point, at some point, I'll show you the pattern and the changes they'll make. Okay? They'll cut out. But I think it's good. And maybe we might go on the right leg a little bit longer.
Yeah, now does it look also, if you look at this, it kind of, I don't know if it's just
It bows
me,
out just a little bit.
but it bows out just a little bit to the
Yeah.
right, just
Yeah.
kind of straighten
So
up.
I'm going to make that change also. Just 1 second.
Okay. And so again, this is made out of just a throwaway fabric.
Throwaway
It's
fabric.
nice fabric. I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't mind a suit made out of this.
I mean, you got to use nice enough, but not
too nice.
too nice.
Yeah.
Because it'll be.
And why would you do it out of something you completely throw away versus the actual fabric?
Let's say you bought a cashmere jacket. Even if you wanted a half an inch longer, or something, it's
too much of a difference in the cut.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And so
And
this
then-
is.
Or you want a wider lapel, or you want a. You don't want to take any chances.
Okay.
Okay. So again, we're going to go a little bit looser on the jacket.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mark it.
With inlays.
Yeah. Enough. That feels slightly tight, right? Okay. So these are, after we're done, I'm going to take off the armholes and show you how high these armholes
Okay.
are.
And so again, nice high cut to the armsole.
These are very high.
Yeah.
You can feel, turn. Yeah, this is goes up, so you get a nice line from here down.
Yeah. And again, what are you looking for?
Again, I'm going to check the sleeve length. Okay, so how much of a cuff you like to show? I think you've had half an inch before.
I think even down to just a quarter of an
Quarter
inch.
inch. Okay.
So maybe
a little
let
less
these
than-
out a quarter.
Yeah. Okay. Droppings.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
maybe 3/8.
Okay. So I'll show you on your pattern the changes we've made and how your arm is. You try to match the shape of your arm, the drape of your arm. So slightly tight, very slightly.
Okay.
How does it feel?
I mean, I can feel it
Just
snugging
slightly.
a little bit. Yeah.
So I'm going to relax it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, turn this. Mhm.
So you're just adjusting
The arm stance.
the arm stance.
Your arm goes, you have a backward arm, but then it curves forward here.
Okay.
So the sleeves have to go straight and then curved. So that's what we're doing.
And then here, I mean, again,
Half an inch, just 3/8 of an inch.
let me see that. So 3/8 would give us a little bit over a quarter.
Yeah, over a quarter for sure. Okay. And this jacket needs to come up at least. I'm going to do
So
the
if you
back.
take it up, though, does it increase the allowance on the sleeves?
Not for the back, not for this part.
Okay, because whenever you pull it up,
It just changes. Yeah. Yeah, it's just this part. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to just have you turn this way. So when I touch your shoulder blades, it's slightly firm there. Can you move? Can you move a little bit forward? Slightly tight, slightly.
and then I've got a real kind of sloping
You've got
back.
you've got a curve. That means we have to raise this a lot higher. Yeah, this has got a fair. Just needs to be a little bit looser, but it's curving really nicely for your back.
Okay, and the length is okay?
Length is very good. I like the length a
Yeah.
lot. Okay, let's turn around. Yeah, I think this front is good. Sleeves is good. I might go slightly wider in the shoulders too, just a little bit. doing anything different? No?
I mean, you tell me.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think you just need more relaxed chest and back. So lapel, yours is right now 3 3/4.
Yeah, that looks good. I mean, I don't like a wide lapel. I don't want a skinny lapel. I want something that's really kind of balanced to the silhouette of the jacket.
Right.
That's not exaggerated one way or the other.
So this is going to be between 3 7/8 to 4 inches.
Okay, but 4 inches would be...
Yeah, just 1/8 of an inch more, or
so.
1/4 inch more. Yeah, so 3 7/8 is good enough.
Okay.
And it's just expanding the chest slightly here, and
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
it looks.
Great.
We didn't have to do a lot of pinning for you because this is our second time, and
But I guess this still allows, I mean, with customers with, large bellies or, stooped or
a big heavier sway backs.
I mean, you have to have the fitting in order to really see how those measurements manifest in the garment.
Right.
And then that's where, like with the paper pattern that you guys are doing, you're able to really reflect those nuanced body characteristics.
Right.
And then, with your experience, with your kind of old school perspective, you know how to manipulate that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
nobody has a balanced body, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, measurements, are very one-dimensional. And
Right.
without a fitting, you're not able to see how, those measurements really manifest themselves in a three-dimensional way on the body.
absolutely. And this is 3-dimensional to
Absolutely.
really see it.
And then with your experience, because you've been doing this, your entire career, you really kind of understand those nuances and kind of how something should look on particular types of bodies.
Right. And you have to understand how the customer wears this garment.
Okay.
And I think I know you leave your jacket on all the time.
Yeah.
And you button it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you have to start watching the customers. I start watching how he wears it. So I think we're getting very close.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
So this is the first fitting, and then after this, you'll take these measurements and then take it to
our pattern maker. We'll update your pattern,
and
I'll
then you
show
take it to a final garment.
To a final garment.
Okay.
And then next time
and you'll send that to me direct
to you.
And then whenever you're back in town,
we'll do the
take a
final
look
touch
at
up.
it.
Yeah, with the final fitting. Yeah. I'm going to make the following changes on your. I'm going to relax the armholes very slightly.
Okay.
You'll still get the high armholes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make the waist slightly bigger. Okay, as you turn around, and then I'm going to make sure the sleeve stance is done properly for your backward arm, and then it'll curve nicely. And this top is going to be higher.
Increase the sleeve length.
Sleeve length for sure. And the back is going to be slightly about 1/2 inch higher, and a little taller collar. And the length is going to be the same, but just the back. This part is going to get longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think the sleeve length is going to get longer. It'll be fine. The pants, we have all the changes.
Yeah. So Joe, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. It's always great to see you, and I'm excited to get my second suit from you. And I think we selected a nice dark charcoal worsted wool that fits with my formal style and looked great on camera. I'm still kind of working through a lot of my basics, so I can't wait to receive that. And you'll go straight to finish. You'll send that to me in the mail. I'll get to, wear it a few times, and then whenever you're back in Dallas in 2 or 3 months, we'll get to kind of do another installment showing the finalized video.
Absolutely.
And I think you said you'd be able to bring the pattern back too?
Yes, I'm gonna bring the pattern back and show you what improvements we made.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
And you'll love that hard finish cloth that you selected.
Yeah, great.
It's amazing.
Thanks, Joe.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, thank
Hey,
you.
good to see you.
Bye.
Take care.